Banks borrowed $200 million in overnight repo facility. This is the highest repo since the onset of COVID shutdowns and signals a massive need for cash to prevent margin calls from 0 to 200 million overnight. Now, reverse repo, money market fund usage collapsing as excess cash plummeted to under $800 billion, and repo, bank usage rocketed, indicating without a debt that banks are over-leveraged and undercapitalized. Both are correlated in opposite ways because a decrease in reverse repo is bearish and an increase in repo is bearish as well. Both have been occurring exactly as predicted. Now, lack of liquidity leads to margin calls, fire sales of blue chip stocks and bonds, and skyrocketing of heavily shorted equities and assets such as precious metals, meme stocks, inverse ETF, and indexes. Now, this all correlates to something that Ken Griffin was worried about, and it's hedge funds piling into the same trades and overcrowding trades, specifically the top 7 stocks, basically the tech stocks propping up the market. Just like this says, lack of liquidity leading to margin calls, fire sales of blue chip stocks, which they are overcrowding, and skyrocketing of heavily shorted equities, which we talked about them jumping in and all heading for the exits at the same time, which you can see in this quick little short. Hedge fund crowding in US stocks just hit a record high, and this is something that we just posted about that Ken Griffin himself is worried about. The typical hedge fund currently holds 70% of its positions in the top 10 stocks. This comes as the S&P 7. The 7 largest tech stocks are up more than 20 times as much as the S&P 493 in 2023. But what is the alternative? If you're a hedge fund manager and don't invest in the largest names, then you miss out on easy money. In a market environment where tech stocks and AI are carrying the entire market, hedge funds are piling in. What happens when the 10 largest stocks enter a bear market? Following that up, touching on hedge funds, turns out that they're not only overcrowding trades trying to compete with each other, because essentially these trades are easy money at the moment, and we're going to talk about it, but hedge fund muddy water shorts Blackstone Mortgage Trust. So are hedge funds overcrowding trades as well as turning on each other and shorting each other? Finally, another piece touching on hedge funds correlating to short sellers. Suspicious short selling occurred apparently days before the Hamas attack that sparked Israel and Gaza war. So short sellers may have had a tip-off that this war was already coming and ended up shorting the stocks that would have been affected by this war prior to it actually happening. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. We have a lot of stuff to cover in today's video. All I ask you to do, of course, have that post notification bell on so that you guys don't miss it when I upload another video. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Get this video to 1,000 likes. Let's get into it. Now, Charles Schwab Investment Management increased their holdings in AMC by 0.5% in the second quarter, according to its most recent filing with the SEC. Firm owned 3.5 million shares of the company stock after purchasing an additional 15,000 shares during the quarter. Now, other large investors also recently bought and sold shares in the company: Covestor Ltd, PNC Financial Services, Raymond James and Associates, Centra Investment Advisors, and AE Wealth Management, all in the range of $50,000 or more. Now, before we get into AMC's chart and some data to cover with AMC, as many of you know, GameStop had earnings last night. Apparently, GameStop earnings only revealed 25% of shares DRS, which is very odd, and I think they aren't showing something, because previously the DRS shares were clearly rising, and then they were reported less, and then were clearly rising, reported less, and we're seeing it once again. Clearly rising, reported less again. Some highlights from GameStop earnings: sales $1.07 billion, which is down from $1.18 last year. Expenses $296.5 million, which is 27.5% of sales, down from $387.9 or 32.7%. Net loss of $3.1 million versus $94 last year. Cash and securities $1.21 billion. Debt limited to low interest COVID-19 loan from French government. Also, another touch on this, the company basically gave a bizarre plan to allow the CEO Ryan Cohen to gamble company assets on other stocks. The new policy will also allow Cohen to personally invest in the same securities as the company. Very interesting strategy here with GameStop. Now, GameStop's chart, we're trading at $15.18, up 2.29% on the day. What did I say yesterday? I said exactly this. GameStop is likely to come down, fill this gap, and then potentially climb back higher in the same exact day because of how volatile it will be. Now, we didn't get the climb back up in the same exact day, but we got it right at market open. We filled that gap down to around $13.60. Now that that gap is filled, GameStop does look like it has a better shot at climbing higher, and that other level we were looking at was around $18.50. We need to see volume pick up on today If volume doesn't pick up on this green candle, I expect a longer term bearish move for GameStop. Overall, at least coming down and testing this trend line around mid-December once again before slowly climbing higher if there isn't a lot of volume in today's candle. Now GameStop, 100,000 shares available to borrow. Call to put ratio expiring in the money, 7,000 calls compared to 9,000 puts, so we are losing on the options chain, and plenty of premium being handed to market makers, not a good sign as well. Short exempts still extremely high, 194,000, which is way higher than usual, especially for GameStop, but any ticker in general. AMC trading at $6.84, up 0.74% on the day, kind of getting a little bit of a hammer candle right now as we speak. We need to re-break that resistance at $7, but we got this accumulation, this slight retracement, and where we bounced at, making higher highs from the candle from December 1st. So overall, hopefully December is a completely green month. Coming into January, coming into this point of interest that we have drawn out, AMC does have a good shot at ripping, especially with what's happening with crypto. And if XRP and Ethereum Classic decide to make their move pretty soon, you will see AMC follow. According to Ortex, short interest still sitting at 10.13%. AMC, 6.2 million shares available to borrow against it, which is absolutely insane. 5,000 calls compared to 13,000 puts expiring in the money. Plenty of premium going to market makers as well, losing on the options chain. Short exempts extremely high, near $250,000 every day, if not higher, which is absolutely nuts. Now, I thought this was savage. Elon Musk tweeted, "Congratulations on the award, well deserved," with a picture that says Disney awarded defense contract after producing more bombs than Lockheed Martin. Next, no FUD, no clickbait. Just like yesterday's video had in the thumbnail, Bittrex Global closing. The same ones who issued tokens for AMC and GameStop. They tweeted themselves, "All trading activity on Bittrex Global has been terminated. Only withdrawals are now permitted. All our customers are strongly encouraged to log into their account and withdraw assets as soon as possible." Why? Probably because if not, you will lose them. This is an urgent shutdown for some odd reason. Before we get into some additional stuff to close down the video, a very quick break, so stay on the video. Number one, go follow me on Frenetically so you guys can copy my trades with the click of a button. That is the third link in the description. 2, join the Discord, the second link in the description, where I'm in there on the daily. You can come talk stocks with me and 500 of the most amazing people. Best vibes in Discord. Cheapest Discord on YouTube. It's a coffee a month. We have options trading alerts in there. We post gains, post losses, and talk stocks and crypto, so there's no reason not to get in. Third and final, the first link, Moomoo. Press the link, sign up, and make a deposit. You will start earning benefits like 5.1% on your cash that is uninvested. So when you're not in a trade, you're earning 5% on that, as well as up to 15 free stocks for doing absolutely nothing. Each stock valued up to $2,000 per stock. Plus, great platform, keeps your money insured, gives you access to viewing other exchanges, trading options, going long, going short, a customizable earnings calendar, and more. So go do that, guys. And if you've done it already, tell your family member to use the link. But U.S. jobless claims rise 220,000, estimated at 222,000 and previously 219,000. Overall, an effect on the market. SPY trading at 457.73, up 0.65% on the day. Another call out, I also said the SPY was going to be whippy for December. Very dangerous to trade. Whipsaw, whipsaw, whipsaw. That is exactly how the SPY is going to trade. I wouldn't even be surprised if SPY climbed all the way back up to 459.50 and then got smacked back down, tested 454.35, and then came back up once again. I literally would not be surprised. Overall, it's accumulating here. It curled up, it's basing again, and just wait for another spring. We don't want to play against the trend. Overall, looking at the hourly chart, you could have said this looks like a head and shoulders pattern, but even then, the SPY faked you out, came back up, broke resistance above 457.50. That next level I'm watching is around 458.30, and then the previous relative high right around 460. That's a 242.78, up 1.48% on the day. Wicked below this support, came up, and now it is basing off of it. Tesla actually looks pretty strong. We do want to see more volume pick up on Tesla and some sort of catalyst kick in for this thing to continue to go higher. However, there is still that possibility for mid-late December to get that retracement on Tesla. Even if it's quick, just a fair warning in case that does end up happening. Now, I want to touch on crypto. Not only is Bitcoin doing well, but a couple of plays, Chainlink, Ali USD, Shiba, and Doge, all I want to put on your radar, all climbing up, all curling higher with Bitcoin, as well as plenty of other crypto coins. And if you are getting a piece of the run, drop meme in the comments down below. But take a look at the other side of things. Instead of a bullish take, here's a bearish take. First, you'll see Bitcoin back to 41K, and the shake ripples at 40,400, 39,396, 38,315, 33,897, and finally back to 29K. If you guys think this is accurate, Let me know in the comments down below. If you are betting against the bull run, drop that bear. Now, this could have some merit as Coinbase insiders continue to sell shares. Why would Coinbase insiders continue to sell shares if they would assume it's going to go higher? And why wouldn't they assume it's going to go higher, especially with the newest crypto run, with everybody wanting to buy assets through Coinbase? It doesn't make any sense. Now, on the flip side, options markets are suggesting that Bitcoin will hit 50K by January. This also happens to be the same month that the Bitcoin ETF approvals are expected. Now, this is another question. Why be so bearish when there are the Bitcoin ETF approvals as well as the halving coming up? It just does not make sense. And I am more bullish on Bitcoin. A move to 50K would put Bitcoin up 200% from its low, and that is exactly what options are pricing in for January. Finally, JP Morgan's CEO Jamie Dimon just gave some thoughts on crypto. Specifically, in quotes, he says, "If I was the government, I'd close it down. The only true case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, money laundering, and tax avoidance," which is interesting because wasn't this guy involved in the Epstein case? But not only that, this comes exactly after I put this tweet out yesterday. Once people realize the government has full control over your survival and that central banks are the government, they'll understand that we are all royally fucked, or potentially being decentralized, and change that. In other words, crypto. We need to stop awaiting what banks and regulation do, however, and instead take action to use Bitcoin for day-to-day transactions. If this philosophy is missed, you will be guided to CBDCs, and if you thought they controlled your survival then, wait till you see CBDCs in action. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Make sure to come follow me on TikTok as well as Instagram, and check those links under the video to get in Discord. Love you all. Lottery Socks out.